Light the fuse! There it is. It's time for Dynamite. That was corny as hell. Welcome in. I'm still a little stuffy, people. As you can see, I am Mr. OTM, Kyle Gagliardi, the founder of the Main Event Wrestling Network. And we're going to be watching AEW Dynamite tonight. I'm pretty excited. You know, we're coming off of the head-to-head battle between NXT and AEW. Both put on pretty good shows, in my opinion. NXT was a little better, but we're going to strap in here for tonight's Dynamite. Robbie Collins, my friend with the Main Event Wrestling Network in the house. He said, yo, light the fuse. Let's get it, Robbie. It's time for Dynamite. I still don't know how you guys stay up so late to watch wrestling, but I commend you for doing so. Because if I had to stay up, 1 o'clock maybe where you're at? No chance I would be doing it. I'm too old for that. You are a little bit younger than me, but yeah, it's only 7 o'clock start here in Central Time Zone. I live near the Chicagoland area, if people don't know. But yeah, we're just going to sit here for the first hour of AEW Dynamite. I'm going to give you my reactions. You can comment whatever you would like, whether it's negative or positive. We're just going to sit back and watch Dynamite together. So I'm going to take a sip of this water. Cheers to you. Unfortunately, we have to watch the end of The Big Bang Theory, which is not a good show in my opinion. Just not great. Robbie said, to be honest, I'm relying on you for the wrestling. My Spurs are playing, so I'm watching that. It's 1 a.m. there. Yeah, I'm sure the NBA is still preseason, though, right? I'm surprised you're watching preseason, but I guess if you're just getting into the NBA, it would make sense to tune in and maybe check out Victor Wembanyama, who is a prodigy. That the Spurs do have. So I guess that would be a reason to watch. I wonder what they're going to start off with. I know Sting's supposed to say something. I don't know if that has anything to do with retirement or one more match. I mean, he really doesn't have anything left to prove, in my opinion, for AEW. He's been managed well, in my opinion, by AEW. I think he's been used in moderation. He's done some spots here and there that probably didn't need to do, but he's been entertaining nonetheless. Robbie said, it's just preseason. Wemby looking so good. Big Bang Theory is a great show. No, it is not. I'm not going to agree with you on that one. To each their own. But it ain't for me. I used to watch it back in the day, but the older I get, the more I realize the stuff that I watched when I was younger was really not that good. It might happen to you once you get to my age. I guess we'll find out, but we're seconds away from Dynamite, so let's see what they're going to start off with. Don't forget to show some love. Follow us on all social medias at @mainevent_net. Check out the On the Mark Wrestling podcast. I'm wearing our merch at Pot on the Mark. And then you see my personal Twitter handle right there on the screen. What are we starting off with, Tony? I love how they're still advertising AEW Fight Forever, even though that game is absolute dog shit. Don't buy it if you haven't. I'm pretty sure we got MJF on the show. I know he wasn't on last week, so I would hope you'd be on this week. Or maybe I'm thinking of Collision. Maybe, yeah, I'm thinking of Collision. He wasn't on Collision, so he'll probably be on Dynamite tonight. I haven't seen any advertisement for it yet, though. All right, looks like we're kicking off with one of the Lucha Brothers. Or maybe it's a tag match. It's going to be Penta. I must have missed who he's facing. 13-10 record for Penta. See, Penta and Rey Fenix were doing some great stuff at the beginning of AEW, but it seems like now they've been really stacking up a lot of losses, which I personally think that the Lucha Brothers are better than the Young Bucks, but the Young Bucks have gotten a lot more opportunities. Robbie, I played it a couple times. I think I gave it a couple days of AEW Fight Forever, and I was just like, yeah, it's just not for me. I get why some people might like it. It's simple. There's not much to it, but for me, I really got to get in depth with my stories and everything, just like in 2K for the WWE. Dude, so honestly, this is not even from AEW Shop. Somebody on Amazon made this. So let's pull it forward. Like, when I knock on it, like this thing is legit, and it's got some weight to it. I bought this for $120 off of Amazon. Oh, Penta's facing the Switchblade. Man, I should have worn my Bullet Club shirt tonight. I just got a Bullet Club Gold shirt, too. Bang, bang, gang. Let's get it. It does look real, especially when I keep it on display over here next to my TV. You can't tell the difference. But I really, and Jay White's holding it right now, I really like the Burberry, I think that's how you pronounce it, belt, the Triple B that MJF has. That thing is, that might be better looking than that. Might actually be my favorite. Oh, Penta's wasting no time diving to the outside, attacking the guns. And we're off. Your opening contest, Jay White versus Penta El Cero Miedo. Wow, okay. The first shirt you ordered was Chris Jericho. Man, I got a lot of AEW shirts. Most of them were from Tuck, because Tuck lost a lot of weight, and he couldn't fit in his shirts anymore, so he passed them down to me. Speaking of Tuck, Tucky's back tomorrow. Me, Ian, and Tucky will be talking about the season premiere episode of SmackDown and Monday Night Raw, so make sure you check us out. Ooh, looked like a coup de grace of sorts from Penta, and the bell has rung. 2 count early. Obviously, Jay White's probably going to pick up the victory here, just because he's got a title match coming up with MJF, which they really scheduled far out from the pay-per-view. They had that thing locked in, I believe, 2 weeks ago, and we're still a month away. Penta's got all the momentum here early, though. He just hit a backstabber. If you don't mind, anybody watching live, share it. Share this on Twitter. Share it on Facebook. All the social media sites. Tell them I'm live. That's right. The Terrific Trio is back. Kine and Ian's feud continues. Kine's going to start feuding with me if he keeps saying shit about LA Knight. I'm not going to stand for that slander. Yeah. I still love how cardboard cutout Jay White is always ringside, no matter if Jay White's there or not. It's just fucking hilarious. Oh, that's a good question, Robbie. Robbie said, how would you rate Jay White in AEW so far? Do you think it's worked out better than it would if he went to WWE? So that's funny you asked about the WWE, because I started thinking about that too, because I originally thought that the best fit for him was WWE. I think he would have been treated more like a star, and in AEW, a lot of the guys kind of just feel like guys. Just another guy, another top guy, which Jay White is a top guy. Don't get me wrong. I actually do like the way that AEW has treated him. I wouldn't say it's been a slow build, because he's obviously getting a title shot here in a couple weeks, but they didn't rush into anything, which I appreciate. They surrounded him with a good group of talent. I think it's only going to elevate the Guns and elevate Juice Robinson. So I'd say I would rate it probably a 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10, Jay White so far in AEW. maybe for the short term, WWE would have been the better thing. But you look at a guy, and I'm not shitting on AJ Styles at all, because AJ Styles, for me, is a top 5 in-ring wrestler of all time. He had about a 5-year run, and I think that's about, at the top of the card, I should say, in WWE. And I think that's about what Jay White probably would have been. But with AEW, I think longevity will be a thing as long as the company stays around. So, yeah, that's a long answer to a short question, but there you go, Robbie. Back to the action. Jay White wishes he was MJF. Come on, we can do a better sign than that. Step your sign game up, bud. Front row. Come on. The only thing I don't like is that this light that I have glaring my face makes my glasses glare, and I don't like that. So we're going to take the glasses off. TV's big enough. I can still see it. It's all good. Juice Robinson is a gem. The whole group just makes sense to me. I love Bullet Club Gold and what they're doing. Is he? I don't know if I agree with that, Robbie. He hasn't been treated like a top dog recently. I mean, obviously, I still think he is a top talent, but he hasn't been utilized like one. At most, he's been a mid-carder the last couple of years. So the funny thing is, I tried to do contacts for the longest period of time, but I could never figure out how to touch my finger to my eye. So I just said, screw it, give me glasses. I don't wear them all the time. Probably should, because I'm nearsighted. I can't see that far. But yeah. Oh, I've never seen this before. Jay White is taking the strings of the mask and tying it to the middle rope of Penta. And it came undone right away. So obviously that's why people don't do it anymore. I definitely agree with you on that. Wrestling-wise, he's still a top guy. But presentation's everything in wrestling. You can't do contacts. I'm bad enough with my eyes. That's fair. That's fair, Robbie. I don't think there's no way this is any kind of stipulation match or anything like that, because Penta doesn't have a belt. Jay White's holding the AEW title. He's not the AEW champion. We're on a picture-in-picture real quick. Unfortunately, Timeless Tony is not on picture-in-picture. Otherwise, I would have been invested into that. Which I didn't even watch when I was going head-to-head with NXT, because I had NXT on the TV, like I said on the podcast, and I had AEW on my laptop in front of me. And then when they went to picture-in-picture in AEW, NXT was probably putting on a banger at that time, because last week's show was so good. This week's show obviously was a step down, and I'm talking about NXT. But they did get to showcase a lot of the female talent in NXT, and I think that's what NXT probably does the best, is booking and showcasing their women's division. Just my opinion. Also, don't forget, people, anybody that are watching back on the replay, if you're watching live right now and you just don't feel like commenting, and you want to be a part of the Main Event Wrestling Network, reach out to me, reach out to any of us on the socials, mainevent_net. We will hook you up with something. Whether you want to create YouTube content, you want to do watch-alongs like this, do TikToks like Robbie Collins, who's in the chat, just reach out to one of us, and I'm sure we can get you situated. Robbie says, Americans are so lucky getting picture-in-picture. Us UK guys don't get it. I'll be honest with you, though, Robbie. I don't watch picture-in-picture. When they go to picture-in-picture, it's really meaningless stuff that they do. A lot of it's just laying out. Like right now, Penta's still laying down. He's not really doing anything, and it's a bunch of walking around. It's not that exciting. Shotzi and Roxanne, the GOAT duo. I don't know about that one, but I respect your opinion, Robbie. You know I'm not a big Shotzi person. She's a little in ring, in my opinion. I was going to go to, when we go to commercials, I was going to, step away for a little bit, but if you're still interacting, Robbie, I'm going to hang out here with you, because I'm only planning on doing this for an hour. But next time, if you want to be a part of it, just reach out. I'll get you on. We'll see what's going on Twitter. JG Wentworth. 877 cash now. Ooh, I missed them. I must have missed that. They just somebody's shown a graphic on Twitter that Lance Archer's in action. Now that's a guy I would love to see get more TV time. It's a true big guy wrestler, like to his core. The Shotzi new character is amazing, so much better than the last. That I can agree with. It's edgier, it's different, and you need to be a little bit different if your in-ring skills aren't up to par with the Charlotte Flairs and the Bianca Belairs and all of them. Probably better with WWE watch along. I'm not a big on AEW knowledge. That's fair. I get it. Cero Miedo. Penta always has some of the best gear in wrestling. I can't wait to see what he pulls out the week of Halloween. I think he pulled out something cool last year. Jay White looking for a suplex. Penta's fighting back. Jay White gets him up. Penta reverse. Irish whip into the ropes. And a kick from Penta. I'm just going to do play-by-play now. Sling blade from Penta El Cero Miedo. Another sling blade. The funny thing is, somebody told me, they're like, hey, you should try doing wrestling commentary. I would have to definitely learn a little bit about the terminology some more. Is Halloween Havoc Tuesdays or 2 Saturdays? 2 Tuesdays. 2 come Tuesdays. The main event of the first Halloween Havoc is Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. And the main event of the second night is probably going to be Hayes and Dragunov. I'm not sure if they mentioned that yet, but Hayes and Dragunov 3, sign me up. What's up, Kine? Thanks for stopping by. Still rocking the Mark World Order. Robbie said need to ask Michael Cole for tips. We'll get You know what? I tried to get a tweet out of Cody Rhodes and it didn't work, so I mean, Michael Cole probably won't get back to me. Oh, Penta don't give a shit. He said, I'm going to slap you back. Let's take off the glove. Get it loose. Do a little Cero Miedo. I mean, Jay White's got to hit him in this situation. He's just watching him take his glove off. Hard slap, though. Good receipt there from Penta. How you doing? I'm doing all right, man. Work is busy, but you know, I get to watch wrestling at night, so it makes up for it. That tweet you put out still done really well and got the go. Like, yeah, I don't think my dad, neither did I expect 100 likes, let alone 150. I think it's at right now. That's why I tagged Cody, because I thought from the assistance from a wrestler, and I of course shot for the moon and went for Cody Rhodes, would elevate that tweet, but it just shows you the power of the internet wrestling community. There's not all bad in it. There's some good eggs. This is another thing I can't stand with AEW. Why does every fucking match have to turn into a slap fest, a chop fest? I don't need that in every single match. Eddie Kingston already does that. That's the only thing Eddie Kingston can do. I don't need to see it with two talented wrestlers like Jay White and Penta. Oh, I don't know what Penta just did, but he hit a fucking great move. See if commentary can tell me. He will be getting the ticket. We're going to wait it out and see if anything gets cheaper, because obviously I know, my dad agreed to get the ticket for Ryan. But, money's tight. My dad's retired. I don't have all the money in the world, so we're going to wait a little bit and see what kind of tickets we can get for us. Wrestling community is like everything, although there's bad, usually more bad than good. There's always a good amount of good. Yeah, I mean, the good's always going to prevail, too, That's how it is. Slapfest and Moxley bleeding match is lovely. Yeah, that's half a Dynamite right there. You covered it. Ooh, late kick out there from Penta. I'm surprised Ray Phoenix isn't ringside with Penta. I mean, you got the whole Bang Bang Gang, the Bullet Club Gold ringside for Jay. We got Kyle Fletcher versus Kenny Omega. Sting's going to address the fans tonight. And Timeless Tony Storm is going to be on Dynamite. That's what's up. And then the Dynamite dozen Battle Royals happening as well. Oh! I think that was a package pile driver. Jay White kicks out at 2.98. Penta's putting up a good fight tonight. Tits up indeed, Robbie. Tits up. Tony Storm this is the best version of Tony Storm for sure. There's her husband right there, Juice Robinson. And here we go, a little distraction from the guns, typical Bullet Club Gold fashion. Juice hits him while the ref's not looking. Blade Runner, 1, 2, 3. Jay White victorious over Penta to kick off Dynamite. Not that surprising. Pretty solid match. I'll give it a 3.75 out of 5. 3.75 stars out of 5. It's my official rating for that one. I mean, I was going to complain about, they always cheat to win, but Roman Reigns, every time he retains, is cheating to win. So I guess I can't really complain about that. That's what heels do. Jay White is a W. I love Jay White. I would love to see him beat MJF, but I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, is he going to cut another promo? Just don't make it go as long as last week, please. That's all they've been doing. He wins matches. They cut a 10-minute promo. We don't need a long promo tonight, guys. Let's not keep going to the well. The well is dry. See what he's got to say, though. Getting good heat. I know there's about 5,000 people in attendance. I think I saw WrestleTix tweet that out. This crowd's better than last week. Or maybe I'm thinking of a couple weeks ago. Maybe MJF isn't going to be here, Robbie. He's asking where he's at. The J-A-Y thing ain't working, buddy. Is the audio picking up any of the TV? If so, I just don't want to get in trouble. Somebody let me know in the comments. I just want to make sure the microphone's too far enough away from the TV. Speaking of Roman, started watching WWE from the Performance Center era because I wasn't watching wrestling there. Just seen Roman cut a promo ahead of his match with Goldberg. Dude, that was the good thing about the Thunderdome era. I think that's what you're talking about. They were able to hone their promo skills and really get deep emotionally, which is some of the best stuff we've seen from Roman when he had that Hell in a Cell match with Jey Uso. Good, he can't hear the TV. Then I had know where I need to be at. Uh-oh, Juice has something to say. Oh, Juice is in the main event. Oh, it's for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Okay. I mean, yeah, MJF has to be in that. He's defending it. So I would assume MJF's going to be here. Only... Hey, I didn't take shots at the Tribal Chief. There were no shots taken. You should see my closet. It's all Roman Reigns shit. I've been with Roman Reigns before the Tribal Chief days. That's when you know. I have a Roman Reigns t-shirt from 2014 when he was getting booed out of buildings. That's an interesting point, Robbie. I think he's growing enough as it is just by getting on TV and feeling that energy. He doesn't need to be a top promo guy because he just gets heat for being himself. You know? Yeah, that's the one I have. Kind is the Roman Empire one. I have it in the red long sleeve. I think there was a longer, or maybe it was 3/4 sleeve. I don't know. He was always my favorite Shield member as well. Rollins was a close second, and Ambrose was far away. I liked Ambrose, but and speaking of Ambrose, his wife Renee Paquette's on TV with MJF, so he is here. Yeah, I agree. I think Dom still cuts a pretty good promo. Not a couple years ago, but now, yeah. MJF as a babyface has been surprisingly fantastic. Since day one, kind. Down since day one-ish. He might one day in the future, though. We don't know the path they could go down with Dom. If that happens, he'll need the skill. You're not wrong. It wouldn't hurt to have it. But I think for a while, Dom's going to just be a heel and get heat with the Judgment Day. Oh, MJF can't compete in this. So he won't repeat as the winner because the person that wins the ring, if I'm not mistaken, gets a title shot next week. Is that what they're? I don't know. I can't hear the TV that much. Robbie, I was always an Ambrose guy, mainly because I love Cena and Ambrose chasing Rollins about weekly. I almost forgot about that. I think he'll be fine for a few months there. He'll have times to actually promo and he'll get his time to shine. I agree with you there, Kind. Then Ambrose got Rollins with the slime briefcase. Yeah, see, that's why I didn't like Ambrose in WWE. I just thought it was corny and forced. It wasn't natural like the Moxley we see now. And granted, I'm not a John Moxley. I'm a fan. I should say I'm a fan. I don't think he's fantastic in the ring, but nonetheless, he's a lot better as John Moxley than he was Dean Ambrose. The Max Caster MJF stuff continues on the TV. I'm going to take a quick breather. We're going to commercial on AEW Dynamite. I'll be back in just a few minutes, so stick with me. Gentlemen, what are we talking about in the chat? Let's go to the chat real quick. Kind said best part from the feud was the hot dog stand. Ambrose used to just take out the Authority. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, that stuff I did not like that stuff. I thought it was corny, but hey, I'm glad you guys at least found some entertainment out of it. We need the Ambrose Asylum again. I need plants. What was that plant's name? I'm totally forgetting about it. I think Jericho named the plant, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the post-Shield stuff with Dean Ambrose just didn't work. That's my opinion. The Shield, though, Shield's always going to be my favorite faction. And they have to be in the conversation for greatest faction of all time, in my opinion. What's going on? For children watching wrestling, that was great entertainment. Yeah, that is fair, because you guys probably were like 14 when that was going on, so that's about that demographic. So I could totally understand why that would be entertaining to you guys. Oh, great. Sheeta, the first ever 3-time women's champion. Why does everyone like her? I don't hate her. I think she's okay. But she's not a star to me. I like stars. She is not a star. What, are they going to hype up an Emi Sakura match? I'm not getting hyped for that. Well, now that she's champion, at least give her a decent reign. That last reign was terrible. Whose theme is that? Oh, it's Emi Sakura's. This match is happening now, apparently. Had no idea that was her theme song. What is Saraya doing with herself in AEW? Her Twitter's definitely something. She's not doing much of anything right now. I mean, she had a month title reign, if that, which I think that should have been longer because she is probably the biggest star that the AEW women's division has. But, like, sure, she's probably leaning into the heel side on Twitter. It's just too much, though. Like, chill. You don't need to be a bitch to everyone, you know? It probably didn't help her at all, you know, with the title reign. I'm sure Tony saw all these tweets and he's like, that ain't my champion. I'll give it to Sheeta. I don't have the volume up loud, but I don't think that was a good reaction at all for Sheeta. At least the belt's not the belt that Rio had at the beginning and Nyla Rose, because that belt was atrocious. Oh, shit. I need to get a third belt. So that I have that belt. I have the NXT title. I wanted the IC white strap belt for a long time, but Ryan Vogus has it, and I don't want to be twinning with him, so that would probably be the belt I buy. Tony was looking at Saraya's dissing random people and was like, yeah, we'll take that off. That's exactly what I think happened, Robbie. To a T. Because, like, to an extent, you could do that here and there. You know, respond to a fan, put them in their place. That's fine. A lot of people in WWE do that, too. But when you're constantly doing it, and that's your whole personality, it's not great for the company. Oh, guess what? Another chop fest here between Emi Sakura and Sheeta. Oh my god. Why? Whatever happened to a good old-fashioned lockup? I really wanted to enjoy this show, but it's a chop fest again. Oh, that's a good one, Robbie. I'd love the up, down, down belt. It does look like class. I love everything that Xavier Woods does with gaming. He's fantastic. I don't want this shit. Give me timeless Tony Storm. Wait, I thought that was a 3 count. Sorry, I just want to tweet enough of the Chop Fest. As you could tell, I'm anti-Chop. There's just no chance Sakura's winning this match. That's why I have no interest in it. Sakura with a dropkick. You had a chance to listen to Zelina Vega and Dakota Kai's podcast. I didn't know that was a podcast. I just thought it was a Twitch stream. So now that I know it's a podcast, If you can, Robbie, because I'm live right now, send me a link in my DMs to their podcast, because you know me, big Dakota Kai guy. She's probably my favorite female talent right now. And Zelina Vega I've always been a fan of. So yeah, please send me that link. You watch any UFC, Kyle? I do if it's a big show, or a big card, I should say. I don't go out my way to watch it. And I always tell this to people, I'm a pro wrestling guy till I die. If I'm at a place and UFC's on, sure, I'll watch it. But the thing I don't like is the cost, and you're not guaranteed entertainment, because you could have 5 matches end in the first round, and you're like, what the fuck was that? At least with professional wrestling, most of the time, I know I'm going to get at least a couple good matches, good segments on a show. So that's why I'm more of a pro wrestling guy. Ian's a big UFC guy, I think. I wouldn't say big for Ian. He watches more than me. Who's big into UFC is Vogus. That's the guy you want to talk about UFC with. He watches every pay-per-view. He knows a lot more than I do. I'll watch I think Connor's coming back. I don't know. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. If Connor's coming back, I'll watch. But I want to be sports entertained. Okay? We're in picture right now, by the way. Also, drinking water. I haven't had an alcoholic beverage in 2 weeks. Look at me. Doing it. Yeah, I understand me, but for me, that's excitement, but I'm into it, so I enjoy seeing it on talents. Yeah, I'm sure it's exciting. I don't hate it, and I don't hate on people for watching it. It's just not my cup of tea. I get why it's so big. I do. It's a lot better than boxing. McGregor's back against Chandler in it for the press conference. Yeah, that's the most entertaining thing is when Conor has a press conference coming back soon, but it'll probably be early next year. So here's a funny story. During COVID, I mean, there was obviously nothing we could do. We couldn't really we weren't allowed to go out, but we would go to our friend's house, drink, and the only thing out would be UFC, so we'd pitch in for the UFC, and I would just bet at random without knowing anything, because I needed to gamble on something. Because if you follow me on socials, you know I'm a degenerate, so I had to get my gambling fix in. MMA is so much better. So much better. Boxing, just that's a sport that died, in my opinion. Now it's just become a gimmick. The most viewed boxing matches are fucking non-boxers. That's a sport you'll never convince me to watch. Maybe back in the day, sure. I think my only memory of watching boxing was going to my uncle's, and I think it was Lennox Lewis versus... Might have been Tyson? I don't remember, but I watched it with my uncle and my aunt, and that was probably the only boxing thing I have. What happened to Ian? Swear he lost a lot of money last week. Yeah, we got bum-ass Ian. Bum-ass Ian is in trouble right now. He didn't lose as much as me at the casino, though. I went down 300 at the casino last week. But I won it back this weekend. I won $350 off the NFL. So we're profiting. We're there. I'll be going to another Packer game, actually, in 2 weeks, and we'll make my return to the casino then. Emi Sakura's got Sheeta in the ropes, pulling on her hair. Not much hair there to pull on, but she's doing it. I might stay on here longer. I like Kind and Robbie. I appreciate you guys chatting with me. It's been enjoyable for me. Oh, I don't know. Tried to kind of do a crossbody to the outside. Didn't look like it went well. Oh, sorry, Kind. I was pulling up your comment. Boxing peaked before the 2010s, whereas when McGregor came into UFC, the popularity skyrocketed. It was already fairly big, but McGregor took it to another stratosphere. And I'll give you another name that you're familiar with. Ronda Rousey, I think, took UFC to the next level. She definitely put women's fighting on the map. There's no disputing that. Sure, you can talk about her getting her ass kicked against Holly Holm, but she revolutionized that division. How's the Saints getting on? They're not doing well. They haven't looked great. I'm not a big fan of the Saints this year. I don't think they're that good. Ever since Drew Brees left, they've kind of been grasping at quarterback, and nothing really has clicked for them. A lot of weird pinning predicaments there. Oh, God, she'd almost just got dropped on her head. Sakura's putting up a good fight, though. Sorry, I was looking at Twitter, guys. Let's see what you got to say. Ronda and McGregor being there at the same time was unbelievable. Both did a massive part in the recent growth. Absolutely. What's Ronda doing right now? Is she getting back into MMA? I don't know. I know she just hit Sakura with a spinning knee and she kicked out at 1. But I don't know what Ronda's situation is. I do believe she's done with WWE. And for her sake, I kind of hope she is. And I was a Ronda fan at WWE. Oh my God. Another very close near fall there. Sakura did a roll up. 2.99 there. Oh. Backbreaker from Shida. And then Sakura returns with a backbreaker. Shida no-sells it. Goes straight into an armbar. I don't know if it was a no-sell or it didn't connect. I don't want to speak out of context. Falcon Arrow from Shida, that might be it. No, 2.99 again. Some good near falls, and that might do it. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Shida retains. I think it was for the title. I don't think she'll go back to MMA because she got smoked last time. The women's division has improved massively. I have heard that the women's division has gotten much better. Ronda's mic skills weren't much good, but the wrestling ability was okay. I think it was more than okay, better than okay. I thought it was good. Arguably one of the best debut matches in the history of WWE, in my opinion, with that mixed tag. Kurt Angle and her, man, that was good stuff. She was red hot at that point. Ronda from like 2017 to 2019 was great, in my opinion. A lot better than Shida. Oh, here we go. Rated R rebuttal from Adam Copeland. Let's hear what he's got to say. I'm going to be a little quiet here for a second. I agree with you there, Kine. It's because she was an outsider and came in and was really good. That's why people hate greatness. I did not like how Adam Copeland took a jab at Ricky Starks like that. You're a veteran. You should know better. Don't bury your talent. Elevate him.
I'm still confused, to be perfectly honest. I don't really understand what's happened because the whole idea in coming here was to end my career with Christian Cage.
He said his whole goal of coming to AEW was to end his career with Christian Cage.
Until it got closer, until it got real. I started having a conversation with Tony Khan, and then I started to decipher that.
I really am curious on how much money Tony coughed up to get Adam Copeland in AEW.
Until I sat down this week and I really started replaying our relationship over the years and how everything has kind of played out. And I think, we met in 6th grade.
Yeah, you guys have known each other like your whole life.
They met in 6th grade. Feels like the same with Logan. Whenever someone who's not a pro wrestler their entire life, then they're just not given as much credit as they deserve, and Ronda is a perfect example. I do agree with you. I also think Logan's just a natural heel. It's very easy to dislike Logan Paul if you're not a part of that younger generation. I get a lot of the younger guys like yourself probably grew up watching YouTube videos of Logan Paul. That wasn't my time. So I think it's a majority of people my age or older that probably have a negative view on Logan Paul. I respect the hell out of him. I'm a fan of his. I think he's doing good things with the WWE. Yeah. Agreed, Robbie. Sounds like they're setting up Copeland versus Christian for the TNT title at Full Gear. Maybe I'm wrong, but it sounds like that's what they're going to.
And for 6 months, whoever had an ear, I told him, my partner, he
That's an interesting take. He said that Christian might be the most underrated wrestler in the history of this business.
That's not my design. I end up
He's up there.
but it's
Used to watch him a lot. Then some things happened. I stopped, but he proved you can always get a second chance at life. Yeah, I saw the what was it, the forest incident that he had. That wasn't great. Kind of watched in high school and watch his daily vlogs. It's surreal to see him in WWE, but I love him in it. He's just naturally talented. He is. It's like Bad Bunny. You know, Bad Bunny is one of the highest streamed musical artists, and he is a natural. He gets it. And that's what's different about the celebrities that are coming into WWE now is these guys care. They're not here for a money grab. They want to showcase themselves. They understand the business. They respect it. And that's why I respect Bad Bunny. That's why I respect Logan Paul in that aspect.
So many more years later, I mean, Matt, you guys have been friends for 40 years. To have the careers that you've had, I mean, the fame, the fortune, the championships, all of these things, but the common thread is still this jealousy, this competition.
Robbie, thanks for sending me the podcast. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm assuming if they have a Twitter as well, Robbie. Do they have a podcast Twitter for Zelina and Dakota? Oh man, no doubt about it. Kind said Bad Bunny put on a match of the year. He put his body on the fucking line. The crowd reaction was the best part of it too, and the match was great. When he came out to Chumba, songs on my playlist now.
What is it that you want at this point in your career?
Renee asked, "What does Copeland want at this point in his career?"
I don't want his TNT championship.
He doesn't want the TNT title.
What that means for me, this isn't the best answer, but I don't know.
He doesn't know. That's the answer.
Eventually, Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus are going to become high and dry. And when he hits the ground,
So he doesn't want anything to do with the TNT title. It just seems like an issue with Christian, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. That's the gist of the interview. Oh, great. Wardlow. To absolutely no reaction. They killed Wardlow already. Dude's so talented, too. It's probably going to be another squash match. Charlie Gross, something like, let me spell that out. Those are, I think I told you, or maybe you saw it, but Zelina Vega follows me on TikTok. It is another squash match here with Wardlow, unfortunately, so I'm not going to pay any attention to it. There it is. At Zelvex. They haven't tweeted once. I see you follow them, but I'm going to tap in. All right, that's it. Wardlow won. We got to give Wardlow something quick. Please. He's too talented to not have something for him. That's a guy that should probably go to WWE. Oh, now he's going to interview. Tony Schiavone's going to interview Wardlow. I'm sure that's going to go well for him. He's asking Wardlow what he's back for. MJF is written on his wrist. And he's not saying a word. I guess Wardlow's not talking anymore. He pushes Schiavone and walks away. All right. Yeah, Zelina followed me early in her TikTok days. I'm assuming she just saw that I had a pretty solid following and was like, okay, I'll follow this guy. He's not a weirdo. I don't know. She still follows me, though. Robbie, I can't find their podcast, though, on iTunes or Apple Music. Maybe I'm typing in the wrong thing. Is it only on Spotify? I do listen on Spotify, so if that's the case, I'll just listen on Spotify. Oh, wow, they've already done 4 episodes, too? Well, I know the new podcast that's going to be in my lineup. Kenny calling out the Don Callis family.
Maybe we'll see the Kenny Omega of old targeting the AEW.
Once we get to the top of the hour, 8 o'clock Central, I'm probably going to end the stream just so I can watch the last hour. Ooh. MJF and Kenny Omega confrontation backstage.
I just wanted to come here and let you know I've always admired you, man. I've always been a massive fan of Kenny.
That would be good.
So that was very kind of you. So I just wanted to say, I'd love to shake your hand.
MJF just wants to shake Kenny Omega's hand. He said he's always been a fan of Kenny Omega. And they shook hands. He whispered something and said bitch. I don't know exactly what he said. I know it's on YouTube video version. All right, I'm going to take my last commercial break. They're going to commercial. There's no picture-in-picture. I will be back watching one more match, one more segment, whatever it is. Stay tuned. I'll see you. All right, looks like Twitter loved the backstage confrontation of MJF versus Kenny Omega. The possibility of that is probably high, and I think that would be Mage. Oh, that's a great question. Yes, if I know what pickleball is, yes. I just started playing. I play every Sunday with my dad and his friends before football starts. It is electric. So it's basically in tennis. Of course, there's a few rules that differ, but very similar to tennis. You play with a smaller paddle and a wiffle ball. So there's holes surrounding the... Oh, there's Roderick Strong in his house. Next strong, I'll take you on. That's good. Mike Bennett. Adam Cole's still hanging out at Roddy's. Oh, Roddy did not like Adam Cole's coffee. He hates hot coffee. That's why he spit it out. Who hates hot coffee? Who hates coffee? I can't trust people like that. You know what I should do with this network is have somebody that just clips stuff, sends it to me, and I can tweet it out, share it on socials, and that be someone's gig. Like if there's a clippable moment from a live stream or a watch along and there's a big group of people, promote it that way. I think that would be great. Okay. Anyway, Spurs are cooking the Rockets by 21 points. I'm a very happy boy. Rockets are not good. Just a heads up. And it is preseason. Just want to temper your expectations a little bit, but that is cool that they're winning. For a 17-year-old to drink too much of it. I can't believe you're still 17. What the hell, man? I heard Eclipse OTM. That's so like all the clips you see from OTM, I go back and I watch every single episode. I've watched every minute, listened to every part of OTM, just looking for the most clippable, TikTokable moments. It's like I tell people all the time, all this wrestling stuff in a way is kind of like a second job. Obviously, I don't get paid for it, but the time it takes to produce things and promote things, it's time consuming. So I got my career and then I have this. 18 on St. Andrew's Day, not long to go until I get drunk. Hell yeah. Love that. I love how you guys can drink at 18. That's great. That's dedicated. I enjoy doing it. If I didn't enjoy doing it, I wouldn't do it. Simple as that. All right, this is the last thing I'm going to watch. I said I was going to watch one more segment or one more match, but I think they're going to the ring for something. Tony's in the ring. Oh, Don Callis with the worst theme music in the history of wrestling. The brown note. The graphics hilarious, though. Any plans for the weekend? Yeah, I got plans this weekend, plans next weekend. The weekend after that, I think, is Crown Jewel. I think I'm going camping with the family this weekend. So that'll be fun. It's about 50 degrees here. My favorite weather. Where you can wear a hoodie and some pants and you're comfy. Camping's fun. I enjoy it. What about you, Robbie? What you got going on this weekend? Don Callis, Takeshita, Powerhouse Hobbs. Takeshita's my boy. He's a Warrior Wrestling guy. I've gotten to interact with Takeshita multiple times. Don Callis is worse than Dallas. Well, Dallas is actually pretty good at football this year, so I don't know if that sign makes much sense. It's Baltic. Am I saying that right? It's Baltic here, but I'm going to go to a photography shoot at a rugby game, then go to soccer. That'll be nice. Rugby, is that your favorite sport, I'm assuming? I know you watch it frequently, that and soccer. Soccer's probably your favorite sport. I did like what they did with Hobbs last week. Essentially squashing Chris Jericho is going to do wonders for him. Baltic is freezing. Got it. So it's colder than here? Soccer's your favorite. I occasionally watch rugby. I've never watched rugby in my life, but credit to the people that do it because I couldn't. Wow. Apparently, Hobbs in 1998 was a kid in the crowd, and Chris Jericho pushed him to the side. I don't know if this is true. It's got to be, right? He's getting heat. That's good. Good for Hobbs. He's a monster. I love Powerhouse Hobbs. I don't think I've ever even, seen him cut a promo. He's always just been a body. Same objective, bit rougher. That makes sense. Jericho pushing someone aside, things I love to hear. Jericho putting someone over. That in AEW, that really hasn't happened that much. It seems like he's finally starting to do it now that he already had his title reign. Will has a new family. Is that his first name, Will? Will Hobbs? I don't think I knew that. I just knew him as Powerhouse Hobbs. Will Hobbs. I probably knew that. I just forgot. They're not done with Jericho. Don Callis says, not done with Jericho. Takesha's just making faces in the background. It's hilarious. Jericho coming to the UK next year. I think we've been in contact about getting him on our podcast. Would be elite. Wow, that would be huge. Good luck. How do you have that much pull to get a big name like that? That would be insane. Shut the fuck up, Chance. Those would be bleeped out in WWE. At least they let them fly in AEW. I know the ratings are different, but definitely ruins the product when they bleep shit out. I agree. Shut the fuck up, Don Callis. You bald piece of shit. I just wanted to use that on somebody else. Oh, who's this? Kyle Fletcher coming out. I think he worked with the Don Callis family. He's not happy. He came straight up to Don Callis, bumped him. Will Hobbs is not going to take that. Oh, I won't be doing that. I don't have the experience for that yet. I'll be there, though. That's cool. Hey, at least you get to be there and witness it all go down. Tell them about OTM. Let them know, bro. We've honestly, I don't think we've ever done an interview with a wrestler. We've done an interview with a ref, fans, but never a wrestler. I've done interviews with basketball players before. Interviews for me personally, if the guest is pretty open, are relatively easy. You just got to act like you're having a conversation with someone. Kyle Fletcher, one half of Ozzy Open, says he doesn't need anyone's help. Doesn't need anyone's help. Why did my TV just freeze? I don't know if it was DirecTV, but Dynamite just went black for a little bit. We need to get you guys a wrestler. We got options. We know some Warrior guys that would do a show. It's just a lot of weeks we just kind of want to talk about what happened because so much is happening. But a down week, we probably should. I'm sure it would help us grow. So it looks like Kenny Omega's coming out to have his match with Kyle Fletcher. That is where I'm going to end this stream. Robbie, thank you so much. Kine, of course, thanks for stopping by as well. But Robbie, especially you, appreciate the love and support. If you are watching this on a replay or you're just stopping by for a little bit and you so happen to catch the end of this stream, don't forget, we have, you see the handle down below, mainevent_net on all socials. We got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Give us a follow. And if you're interested in creating some content with us, just reach out to someone. Reach out to the network. Reach out to Robbie. Robbie's doing great stuff with the TikTok. Looking forward to see if he's got another YouTube video coming out soon. I'm sure he will let you know. He said it's been fun hanging out. Of course, Robbie, always. And thank you for watching the Main Event Wrestling.